Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers have fans asking one very important question concerning Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Ridge Forrester's Thorsten K. recent marriage. Ridge just showed up at Forrester Creations and proposed before telling Brooke he wanted to get married right then, but no marriage license was even mentioned. Is their marriage even valid? Ridge and Brooke's wedding was unorthodox for sure. Normally one obtains a marriage license before a wedding, even if Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, does keep extra papers around. Most weddings are planned in advance, so they at least have time to get that paperwork taken care of before the ceremony. Perhaps those papers can be filed afterward. Another issue is no witnesses. At my wedding, you had to have at least 2 people there to act as witnesses, but maybe that isn't the case in lay. Never once have I ever seen a wedding with just the officiant and the bride and groom. A quick wedding is one thing, but normally a wedding party is more than 3 people. Why would Brooke and Ridge not walk next door and ask Katie Logan, Heather Tom, to be a witness? Katie is one of their biggest supporters. Wouldn't Brooke want her sister to be there to witness this occasion? Shouldn't Ridge be excited enough to want his dad there? Eric Forrester, John McCook, has been after Ridge to fix this for months. Brooke's sisters have always been so supportive of her and Ridge, it makes not sense to include them in their happiness. With a house full of models, office workers, and other important Forrester employees, it looks like at least someone could stand up for Brooke and Ridge as they get married again. If Ridge had done this as soon as he saved Brooke, it would have made perfect sense. Now not so much. Ridge just broke up with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, after waiting for weeks to make things right. Why the sudden urgency now? This whole wedding rush is just not normal after all of this time. The whole situation seems very odd. This has to be the most uneventful wedding in history, perhaps the most boring as well. Brooke and Ridge's wedding was so rushed that it was a blur. Did this wedding really take place? Drive-through chapel weddings are longer and more prepared for than this. How could this wedding be anywhere close to legal? Let us know what you think below. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester's supposed fairy tale wedding may not be quite as legally binding as everyone believes, and this shocking possibility could throw their entire reunion into chaos. Fans know that Brooke and Ridge have been married more times than they can count, exchanging vows in lavish ceremonies on beaches, in gardens, and in the Forrester mansion itself. But the question being whispered now is whether their latest attempt at happily ever after is even valid without a proper marriage license filed with the court. In a soap world where emotions drive every twist, the legality of Brooke and Ridge's union may not seem important at first glance, but in reality this technicality could have massive implications for the fate of their relationship and the balance of power within the Forrester family. Brooke has always believed that Ridge is her destiny, and every time they stand in front of one another to pledge their lives together, she throws herself into it with complete devotion. Yet even Brooke has had to face the harsh truth that fate is not always enough when paperwork and legalities are overlooked. If it comes to light that she and Ridge are not actually married in the eyes of the law, Brooke could find herself humiliated once again, wondering if Ridge truly values the bond they share, or if he is simply going through the motions of romance without taking the concrete steps to make their reunion permanent. Ridge, on the other hand, has long seen himself as the romantic patriarch of the Forrester family, swept up in passion and ritual without always sweating the details. He loves Brooke fiercely but has also shown time and time again that he could be careless with her heart, and if their latest wedding ceremony lacked a marriage license, it would expose a glaring flaw in his supposed devotion. Did Ridge intentionally skip the paperwork because he is secretly unsure about committing to Brooke again? Or was it an honest oversight fueled by the whirlwind of passion that defines their love story? The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that this revelation could become a bombshell if someone with a vested interest in breaking Brooke and Ridge apart discovers the truth and decides to expose it. Taylor Hayes would naturally be one of the first suspects in fans' minds, since she has spent years in the shadow of Brooke's hold on Ridge and may relish the chance to prove that Brooke's reunion is built on shaky ground. Yet it might also be someone less obvious, perhaps a business rival or even one of Brooke's own family members, who questions Ridge's sincerity. Imagine the fallout if someone like Bill Spencer, who has never hidden his passion for Brooke, uncovers that she is not legally bound to Ridge and uses that fact to make a play for her heart once more. The ripple effects of such a discovery would be enormous. Brooke's children, particularly Hope, would rally around their mother and question Ridge's reliability as a partner. Steffi and Thomas would undoubtedly leap to their father's defense, arguing that technicalities should not undermine the love between Ridge and Brooke, yet deep down they might also see an opportunity for Taylor to reassert her place in Ridge's life. The Forrester family has always been deeply invested in Ridge's love life because his choices affect not just his personal happiness, but also the stability of the company and the legacy they all share, so the legality of his marriage could quickly become a matter of family debate, with everyone weighing in on whether Ridge belongs with Brooke, Taylor, or perhaps no one at all until he sorts out his true feelings. Another fascinating angle is the potential impact this could have on Brooke herself. She has spent decades fighting for Ridge's love, enduring betrayal after betrayal, and convincing herself that each reunion would finally last forever. To discover that their most recent vows might not even be recognized by law could push Brooke to a breaking point. Would she demand that Ridge immediately correct the error and file for a proper license, or would she take it as a sign from the universe that she needs to walk away for good? The bold and the beautiful thrives on such moments of self-reflection and crisis, and Brooke's reaction could set the tone for months of story. If she pushes Ridge to fix the mistake quickly, it may look like desperation, feeding her critics who say she is addicted to Ridge, no matter how many times he lets her down. But if she pulls back and questions whether she should continue tying herself to a man who cannot even ensure their marriage is legal, it could be the first step in Brooke reclaiming her independence and possibly exploring new romantic options. Meanwhile, Ridge would be forced to confront the truth about his own feelings. Does he want Brooke enough to make sure every detail of their union is solidified, or does part of him secretly welcome the loophole because it leaves the door open for Taylor? His jealousy over Taylor moving on has already been bubbling, and the knowledge that he may not be legally bound to Brooke could tempt him to drift back toward his former wife, setting the stage for yet another painful triangle. The legal mess also carries implications beyond romance. In soap operas, inheritance and corporate power often hinge on marital status, and if Ridge and Brooke are not legally married, questions could arise about who has claims to Forrester fortune and influence. Could Eric or Steffi leverage this technicality to shift the balance of power at Forrester Creations? Could rivals like Bill or Deacon find ways to exploit Brooke's vulnerable position if she is suddenly seen as Ridge's girlfriend rather than his wife? The possibilities for drama are endless, and fans know that the writers will mine every angle to keep the tension high. Longtime viewers may also recall that this is not the first time a Forrester wedding has faced questions of legality. Over the years, there have been annulments, accidental bigamy, and forgotten paperwork that turned passionate vows into courtroom scandals, and this potential twist would fit perfectly into that rich history. Brooke herself has been through this before, and the echoes of past humiliations would make the situation even more painful. For Ridge, the stakes are higher than ever because he has promised Brooke time and again that she is his one true love, and if he cannot even secure a license to prove it, his credibility will crumble. Fans of the bold and the beautiful love nothing more than to see Brooke and Ridge face obstacles because it tests the endurance of their